Hello everybody and welcome to my Let's Play of Trails in the Sky, Chapter 1. I know I kept flubbing in my Cold Steel Let's Play about it, so, you know, there was no surprise. um, don't worry though, the Cold Steel videos aren't stopping just yet. I know I haven't put out one in about a week or so, week or two I think. But that's only because finding about 3 hours of free time just got really difficult out of nowhere. So this is getting done to circumvent that. So again, whenever I do have time, mainly on the weekends, I'm able to record Cold Steel. Meanwhile, with something like this, I can just wake up in the morning, record an episode or two, come home, record an episode or two, and then boom, I have my schedule for the week already done. That said, just like with Cold Steel, I've actually already beaten this game, but this one, just like Cold Steel, will also be played on normal. I do not intend to carry anything over because that kind of just ruins the fun. I'm only doing that with Cold Steel, only because of the fact that it speeds up the process tremendously. Now, let's get started on this awesome game. Dad's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today too. And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Dad! Sorry to have keeping you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was gone? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something from my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothing and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go outside to play with them. Anyway, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now, why don't you come have a look? What? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Huh? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss. You'll wake him up. Wake him? You mean he's still alive? Looks kinda dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, we need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd really appreciate it. Okay? He sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all. But how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who's this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? Why'd you bring him home to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up these words, Estelle? No doubt from Sherazard, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to give me into trouble more... Is going to get me into more trouble with all this nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. And I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. His eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So, you're awake now? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please, just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? That's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just work out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! You're shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it longer for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I had a daughter about your age? Now that you mention it. Wait, don't try and tape this up. Ow! Quit yelling. Alright, I get it. But you jumping on me like that isn't gonna make me isn't gonna let me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that isn't gonna make things any better. Do I hear yelling? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, are you forgetting something? Huh? Your name, you know. That thing that thing that people call you? I told you mine already. So don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... Ugh. It's so bright in here. I slept like a rock, though. That must mean his dad turned to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. I guess that's a no. Well, I guess I better get myself ready then. Nice, Joshua. Bravo! Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. With that siren song of yours, gently lull... Wow, I can't read. What's going on? Not that I mind. What with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you, like, my loyal follower. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. How fortunate for you. You can at least try and sound a bit more sincere. It is a really nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica just like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think I like the harmonica much better. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel tired. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is going to be impressed with stuff like that. Well, excuse me for being so popular with the ladies. Although, I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? You know what? Let's stop talking about our hobbies. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be racers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning. Or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of working a little hard. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. You have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shira saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap. I totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I kinda remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or another. I honestly don't know how you survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any children of mine end up with a careless, over-optimistic personality? Huh, you're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Chira's gonna be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. Do you know how crazy scary she is when someone keeps her waiting? Oh, before I forget, It's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you want to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something you'd like to eat, huh? How about Runyan-styled scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs. You're right. I just want to see what kind of reaction I could get. I would just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. It's supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Alright, I gotta get readjusted to these PC controls. But I think I'm okay. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can't read it. Okay, I'm fine. Looks like we just made good time. Not too early, not too late. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh, yeah. I guess I did. Alright then. Let's get to work and make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Alright, so first things first, the General Goods Store. Good morning, Mr. Renon. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Oh, now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stragas? Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came here to begin with? We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? I knew that. Come on now. You've always been a big collector of these shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the newest Stragas aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberal News, though, it should have them around noon. Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. We'll just stop by after our training is over then. Alright, I'll have one waiting for you. Is the weapon shop even open? Oh, they are. Top of the morning to you, kids. Good morning, Mr. Elgar. Good morning, sir. Well, you're up rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today's your last day of training, isn't it? I still remember you saying something about the last time I had you run into the store. Yep, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you do just fine, Joshua. Now, Estelle, on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always a bit of a scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks she took to the head while playing with the boys. Really? So, I guess that scatterbrain train isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. And you don't call me scatterbrained. Okay, you two. Let's not fight now. Shouldn't you head over to the guild? Oh, there you are, you two. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Ina. Good morning. Is Shiri here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. The Star and the Hanged Man, the Hermit and the Magician, and last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, good morning, Shira. Oh, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occurrence for the both of you to show up so early. Well, since it is my last day of training, I figured why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm. But I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel the enthusiasm dropping already. As I say in an enthusiastic tone, quiet you. Every time I teach you something, you manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head, instead of letting it jumble out of your ears like it usually does. Joshua, Shira's picking on me. Don't worry, Shira. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly and is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. But hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shira, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You mean you can read the cards? No, that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimum level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay attention, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Ornaments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structures and the type of quartz or process septum installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in the facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution. Braces are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. The Kingdom of Liberal, in which we live in, sits on the western half of the Zumerian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septum on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberal in protecting its independence as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberal enjoys peace. Yeah, that's it. That was the third one, right? Let's see. Since we've got a moment of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed up things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara, how is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you'll be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes. That's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to be doing. I had to sit at another desk with my tush parked at a desk. Whoa. That came out really wrong. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful with us, though. Let's just hope that smile of yours, that smile on your face, lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Yes, let's have had it. The first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you'll be performing. But before that, there's something that we need to give to the both of you. Aina, are you ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure you don't lose them. Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or may find and the way you found it, though these kinds of things are trivial. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh? Please, tell me if my ears were playing tricks on me, because I only heard one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You see that there's a bulletin board standing over there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath a Rillant and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Sherazard for details. Oh, back out. Wait, how do I back out? Oh no! There we go. Very good. It seems like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Well, I guess you could say without any trouble. Or real trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but they're an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just some regular. Calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha. Well, before all that motivation sinks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's oral factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay? Here is where you will learn how to use an orbital factory's services. At an orbital factory, you can modify your ordnance and synthesize support quartz in order to use orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here? No problem. Leave everything to me. So, what was it like you would like to know about? Ornaments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means lights, airships, and airship engines, and so on are types of ornaments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle ornaments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each ornament is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structure for these devices also differ from each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's a layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but other slots must be opened at a normal factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase to the number of opening slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what would you like to know about? Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle ornaments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as just arts. I probably ought to just have them called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must be first synthesized at an orbital factory. Ornaments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of the quartz installed. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with the water elemental value. In reality, ornaments are much more complex than what I've just described, but I think this information suffices for now. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to
not be able to harness any of the effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be used. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your ornament inside where you will be installing it ahead of time. So, sepiths are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. They're divided into 7 types. Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at a normal factory, you can be used to synthesize quartz and open ornament slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. Looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's anything else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. That amount, you should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to begin by making an elemental quartz. And will work with each of your particular ornaments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a timed elemental quartz. Now, normally at a shop, you would be able to exchange sepith for more Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use that service. I believe I have to actually talk to him though, right? Yeah. I think that's it, right? Okay, no, we're good. And then, how do I, Nope, not that one. There we go. I can't remember the, keyboard one. Yep. And then we move over to Joshua. Okay, we're good. That should be it for what she's asking for, if I remember right. Oh, so you've been finished installing your quartz, have you? Since you have both recovery and tech quartz set up, it appears that you don't need any more instructions from me about how to do this task. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you like to use more powerful attacks, check out the arts in quartz charts in your bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your ordnance. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of your choices you'll have. Since EP is consumed by using arts, EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to have them open. It would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use this up and open a slot on each of your ornaments. She said one of us, right? Yeah, it's enough for only one. Let's see here. No, don't talk to them. Okay, so they both have 50, so it doesn't even matter. Unless... Technically, should be Joshua, but we'll leave it be. We're all good. We'll just have it be Estelle. And then what? Oh God! Wow, I've been had. Yeah, he can't do anything either. Yeah. No. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. Now it's time to move on to what you've been both waiting for. The qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You certainly... You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you of this just this morning? Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk about those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean right now? I don't know if I'm ready for... How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Joshua, help me! Mr. Motors, Freddy, thank you so much for all your help. Don't mention it. Good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm gonna remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualifications tests will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. Huh? What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and? And I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer notebooks. Unless you forget about that too. Pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine adios. Excuse me. I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is, you thought it was a paper test. No wonder why you're acting crazy back at the Orbital Factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in the classroom are starting to feel like a grand memory indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if you'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test. So how about the both of you try and at least look a little bit anxious? Just so you know, if you happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test. Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this is a test. This test will be a search conducted in Roland sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of our chest, which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so don't worry about getting lost either. However, there are real living, breathing monsters down there. So if you get careless and let your guard down, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. What's this book for? It's called a monster guide. It uses to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in here. Sounds pretty forward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some useful advice. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the tip, Shira. Ah, let's put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. There appears to be a recovery point set up over there. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low, before engaging in any further battles. Sounds like a plan to me. Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it. Alright. Yeah, I don't need any of these ends. I don't think a style can reach either. That's fine.
We're good.
Alright, first battle was pretty simple. Here comes some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Okay. Will this knock them out? I'm actually not sure. Oh, okay, it does. And then... Oh, oops. Oh, okay. So one is to use crafts, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I'll be alright. And then they'll each attack their own. No. Alright. And the chest is empty because of you. Nice work, hero. Okay. Yeah, I should be okay. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. Oh, what a surprise. Another creepy thing. I wish there was an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-craft or S-break should do the trick. Just for about any enemy. The catch is, our SP has to be at least 100 to pull one of these moves off. Nah, we're good. No, I don't want to. Wow, they really force it on me. That's crazy. Alright, you can at least save Joshua's then, that's fine. Alright, that's enough of that. Time to... Well... You know what? Yeah, let's just go heal up. Okay. And now for the boss of this whole thing. So, that's the treasure chest we're after, huh? If we made it this far, the rest of this is gonna be a piece of cake. Seems like we've got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to the order of this battle this time. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our attacks. Oh, you got a 10% heal, so there was no point. Yeah, this might hurt a bit. Did I mess up? Don't also hit Joshua. Yikes. Okay, no, we're good. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. And then she's just gonna hit this guy, kill it, don't miss, perfect. And from here on, we just use our arts, and that's game. And that's it. Pretty simple enough tutorial. That's weird. There's a couple of boxes inside of the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one, but two is kind of interesting too. Wonder what's inside. Hey, remember Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside these boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call good, honest curiosity. We're the only ones down here. We can get away with a little peek, right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest. Did you just say the F word? Yep. Opening one of these boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. And as long as there were nothing illegal, we have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not just ask Shara when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright. By looking inside this chest again, you flunk! Just kidding. Alright, and back we go. So after this upcoming cutscene, that will be about an hour, so I'll just call it a day there. Let's see here. It is currently Wednesday. I have this go up on Monday.
Oops. And with that, I almost froze the game. Good luck there, you two. As a result of training, as a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Yup, these are the real deal, alright. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. That was a close one. I figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. You didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara, what's in those boxes you had us get? It's something for me to know and you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do. Seriously? But didn't you just say that we'd passed the test? You still have a lot to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight. Agreed. Seems like we're finally within reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all parts of your job as a bracer. You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch, and as long as you already know by now, Aina is in charge here at the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training? Good job, you two. Seems like you were able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, a pay in the form of mirror isn't the only thing you will receive. You also accumulate points which are known as BP. BP are an indication of your achievement as a bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you advance to the next rank as a bracer and will be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of a junior bracer start at a 9, go all the way up to 1. Please set your records. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of mirror and BP you receive will also be recorded in your bracer notebooks, so please have a look at it sometime later on. All that's left now is to finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later on, Aina, and sorry about putting more work on your plate, more than usual today. Don't worry about it. Training new braces is important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case. To the bone? And knowing Shira, it'll involve the whip. Let me say it again. Good work, you two. You have now officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you'll be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then. Aren't those boxes the ones? In answer to your question, yes. These are the boxes you retrieved during today's training. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle. Are you saying it's okay to open? It's okay to open them? That's right. Why don't you both have a look and see what's inside? Sweet! Alright, let's have a look. This crest is... So does that mean we're... Estelle Bright, Joshua Bright, bidding you this day at 1500 hours, you're both hereby appointed as junior bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Did you hear that, Joshua? We become members of the Bracer Guild! So I'm a Bracer now, huh? I think the realization is just now beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua. You should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us now, world! We did it! I was happy to make my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt the celebrations, Estelle, but I need to take off now. I have some backed up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand. You have been spending a lot of extra hours working with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shira, I just want to say thank you. Likewise, I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shira. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of a bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father Cassius trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? There's actually much more of it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers early on so you can help guide those new recruits who come in after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see both of you become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Sherhard, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is it that she holds my dad in such high esteem? He seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who is always, who is always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion. Huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we qualified as junior bracers. Right! And so with that will end today's session. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I'll certainly see you in the next one. Have a good day wherever you are, or a good night wherever you are. Peace out.